Hello everybody and welcome back to Simulate Gaming and welcome back to Coldborough Part 5. Now it's been about a week since we were on here, so I do apologise for those of you that are enjoying this series. I was just basically getting settled in Sandy Bay, but now that we're settled, I think that we can come back here. Now before we get going, let me just quickly clarify to all the new people that we've got, because there is a few new people since the Sandy Bay series. The interior of this fence is actually horrible, first of all. Yeah. This is not including the Seasons mod like on Sandy Bay. This is basically just us attending to animals. It's a bit more of an unrealistic series. Not unrealistic completely, but I mean we don't have like seasons to abide to basically. So this is just what we're doing on the side, so we don't have to worry about what we do, when, what time of the year and stuff. And this one is based around animals. But anyway, what we're going to do is sell the grain. We're going to set this off on a course play first of all. I'm actually going to... what are we looking for here? There we go, load and start. And what have we got the most of? Let's quickly check our silos here. So we're going to go to... here we go, farm silo. So we've got 1765, looks like our biggest one. Okay, so actually what we're going to do is sell the canola. We've got 17,000 litres of canola, which is not a lot, but we are getting £964 per... I don't even know what that means. Per 1,000 litres? I don't know. But we'll go ahead and do that anyway. So we're going to go to... Barley canola. There we go. Now where is the first waypoint? Even I don't know this. So let's go... here it is. I forgot where I put it. So we're just going to go ahead and get this guy set off on his course. Hopefully he can then manage by... Is it? Yeah, it is a boy. So hopefully he can manage by himself. And he's just going to go ahead basically and sell our grain in the background. Right, okay, so whilst he's off selling grain, hopefully we'll get a couple loads out of that, and then we'll switch it to wheat or barley in a second. Whilst he's away selling out, we are going to head down to the store, because it's finally time for us to get some pigs, I think, personally. Pigs is the only animal we don't have on the on this farm yet. So for that, we have to use another yard. Is there anything coming? Whoa, there's stuff coming from this way. Let's go, 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 go. So yeah, we're basically going to head down to the store because we've rented a trailer because we don't own a trailer yet, which is probably a bit silly because we're based around animals, so we should probably look into getting one soon. The only reason I got one yet is because I haven't exactly found a trailer that I particularly like. So for now, we've got the... What one did we actually get? I think it was the Browan trailer. And once again, there's a lot of arguing going on in the comments section how you say Browan. Now, it is actually an Irish brand, as I first expected, but then someone said it was European, so they said it was European, and apparently it was Irish, so it turns out I was right the first time. No one's still clear on how we say it, so I'm just going to say it my own way for now until I can find out for sure. I'll let you guys argue in the comments section with each other about how you actually say it, because, once again, I have no idea. I'm just going to say Browan, or Brohan, Browan. It's just a quick way of saying Brohan, basically. Right, let's turn out of here. So, welcome back. Like I said briefly at the beginning, it's been a week since we were on here. I just wanted to get settled into Sandy Bay, get into a position that everyone's enjoying. So, if you are new to the channel recently and you've subscribed from my Sandy Bay, this is our second series that we've got going on here. Not completely sure what number this is, but, yeah, this is basically pretty much similar, it's pretty much the same thing, but everything we do is based around animals. The 300 is in traffic. That's not good. We might actually bump into him down here, because this is where he sells his stuff. Can't find him. We'll tab through to him in a second. So yeah, this is pretty much just a normal Let's Play. It's just we're not as strict with the realism as we are on Sandy Bay with the seasons and when we can grow stuff and all that good stuff. This is a bit more base game. Let's just call it that. This is a bit more the base game rules. So what we're going to do is get out of here and hook this up. Now we do have manual attach. This tractor doesn't have IC, so we're not going to bother about doing that. This is the annoying mod that Rainbow Dave said I should install, and I don't like it. If I push the mouse wheel, we start flying. Can't say I'm a fan of it, if I'm honest. I'm going to be removing that for the next video. Now, where is the Fent? Here he is. Why? Why? Just why? You're obviously going a little bit too fast up around there, because you were doing this fine the other day. So let's quickly put this on here. Carry on driving. I'm just going to make him a little bit slower here. There we go. He should turn the corner a little bit. Where's turn speed? There we go. yeah, that should be a little bit better for next time. Let's go back to the... I'm not going to bother tabbing through because it causes FPS issues when you tab through to another vehicle that's somewhere else on the map. So we'll just quickly walk back over... Oh, sorry. Walk back over to the T6 and get some pigs loaded up. So I'm not sure how much pigs we can get for our money. I was kind of hoping that the Fendt would be on his second load by now, so we could probably get a bit more. But not to worry. Now, little disclaimer, we do have the lower animal prices mod installed, just so that we're not slaving away as long. Now, it's okay if you're playing single player, but because we've got videos and stuff to record, I kind of feel that playing episode after episode just to buy 10 animals is a bit ridiculous. So the animal lower price mod is going to help us out here, if we can back it up, that is. Okay, I think I'm about on track. Although my steering wheel is a little bit clunky lately, and I have no idea why. So, are we in the trigger? Yes, we are. So, as you can see, pigs with this mod are only £750. I can't remember how much they are usually, and we can buy 13 of these in the first trailer. So, let's get the full £30,000, which is going to cost us £9,000. So, pretty good. Now, last time I bought animals, people were asking how I selected them so quickly. If you hold your mouse over, well, if you just hover above these, for example, and then use your mouse wheel, you can just scroll in and out of the animals. So we're going to go for the full 13. Confirm? Yes. Cool. So that is our pigs loaded up here. Let's quickly have a look at the little beasts. There they are, all in a nice single file line, strangely. Now, can this trailer do anything special? I was kind of hoping that we could lift the door down, but I couldn't find a way to do it. Oh, we could do it after all. Right, we'll remember that for when we unload them in a second. Cool. And the Fendt is in traffic again. Hopefully that's literally just a car that he's stuck on. In fact, we're just going to tab through and find out. Right, so our beacons are all lit up, and we're heading back to... Actually, I've not been to this farm yet. I know where it is from Farm Sim 15, but I've not seen it myself yet, so we'll see what's changed about it. I can't remember the name of it either, actually. Should we quickly have a look, see what the name is of this next yard? It is called Yanton Ridge Farm, or Yatton Ridge Farm, one of the two. So I think the quickest way, actually, is to go straight forward to get to this. So we do have some jobs to do today, don't worry, we're not just delivering pigs and calling it an episode. I think we need to head back to Coldborough Farm, finally. We haven't been there for a few episodes. And we need to do some baling, because as you can kind of see in the distance there, everything is all harvested away and ready to be baled up now. Actually, we could have gone that way. I should have gone that way. There is actually a reason I came this way, but I don't think this trailer's long enough that it would have mattered anyway. And I'll show you guys that in a second if you haven't played on Coldborough Farm before. Okay, so actually I've just got a little notification here that the silo is empty, so I'm thinking he's either completely empty or... In fact, this is where we need to turn. So basically, if we'd gone that way and we had a long trailer on, it might have been a little bit tricky getting through here. But this trailer doesn't really matter that much, so I didn't have to do that. So we'll find a place to pull over in a second safely, and we'll give the Fendt another crop to start selling off. Probably going to be wheat, because the barley, although we have a lot of barley, it's... there's all our swaths, by the way. Gotta go ahead and get that baled up. Yeah, although we've got a lot of barley, the price is currently low. So we need to go ahead and fix that. Well, not fix it, we need to go ahead and wait for that to come back up before we start selling our barley, because we are not fools. We're going to wait. We're not that desperate for money that we're going to sell it at a really, really cheap rate. So actually what I'm going to do is pull over here and go ahead and sort him out. Right, okay, so we are back. We're going to go ahead and carry on with our little journey up to Yatton Ridge Farm. Now, he only had like 13%, but we've gone ahead and told him to sell it anyway, because what use is 13% to us in the silo? So we're not really bothered about that. Now, I know we're not playing Sandy Bay right this second, but a lot of questions that I've been getting asked about Sandy Bay is, does Field 25 crash my game because it's crashing theirs? And I tested that out today, ironically. And yes, it does. I'm not sure why. I will message Oxford David. I'm pretty sure he already knows about it. But it's not a map issue, so there's not really anything he can do about it. I think it's the game taking out too much memory on that particular field. No idea why. So actually, here we are. Let's get our beacon lights off here. And we'll find out where we deliver these piggies. So what is this in the middle of the road? That is a chicken. We'll go around this. Excuse me. Move. Okay, so where do we deliver the pigs? This is the pig coop up here. Where do we deliver them? There's no... I'm assuming it's right in front of that gate. We'll go ahead and give that a go. It makes sense that it would be in front of the gate, at least. Okay, let's go ahead and do this in third person so you guys have something to look at. And it makes it a little bit easier for myself as well. Here we are. In fact, we want to not get too close to the gate because we also need to lower the back down. So let's go ahead, zoom out a little bit. We'll switch the mode to work mode, lower the back. Awesome. I don't think we're actually in the trigger. So the trigger can't actually be there. Dang it. I thought it would have been here. Okay, so it turns out I had the complete wrong gate. Apparently it's this metal one right here. So we'll go ahead and... Oopsie. I can't believe I did that. Right, so we're going to go ahead and reverse up into the proper gate this time. Now apparently we... Well, I'm pretty sure we can open this gate anyway to make it a little bit more realistic. So go ahead and do that. What way are you going to open? Inwards. Good. So we'll back up into this gate right here. Oh gosh, we're going to miss that a little bit. This steering wheel is way too stiff. I need to make it a little bit looser, I think. Now, I do get asked a lot how I actually adjust my force feedback with Farm Sim and the G29, and I will explain that to you guys in an upcoming video. Right, let's go ahead and get the back lower down here. Get the animal up, and we'll unload these. 13 pigs, cool. So, shall we do one more? I think we can afford one more, so yes, we will. What we are going to do real quick is tab through to the front. And we want to stop driver. We're going to switch this to wheat now. There we go. So he's now delivering some, or selling some wheat for us, and we'll jump back into the T6. Now I know a lot of people do not like me tabbing through vehicles, but if you think about it, we're currently simulating two people because the fence not magically driving itself, and this New Holland's not magically driving itself. Therefore, there should technically be two people driving tractors. So tabbing through is not that unrealistic when we're using Courseplay or whatever. I'm still not going to do it on Sandy Bay because I did promise you guys. But yeah, that's basically why I tab through when I'm using Courseplay and stuff, because it's technically two people working if you think about it. So we're going to go ahead and get our beacon lights on once again. Head back down to the store and collect one more load of pigs. Okay, everybody, so we are back at Yatton Ridge Farm then. I was going a little bit too fast, if I'm honest. Nearly tipped her over on that corner, but not to worry, we're still doing the speed limit. Right, move out the way, chicken. We need to line this up properly this time, so I'm thinking it may be easier to swing around into this shed here. And reverse that here. Let's just switch it to camera mode once again. Oh, we're not going to make this. No way are we going to make this. But we can straighten up at least. Let's go ahead. Turn full lock this way. Cool. So now we need to quickly open this gate once again. Hopefully the pigs that are already in here aren't going to run away. In fact, there is no pigs in here. That answers that question. Move out of the way, chicken. Julie, get ran over. Right, camera mode. Reverse. Cool. So we'll back up this final load of pigs. Well, final load for now into here. There we are. Let's rotate the camera around once again. Get the back lower down. And we'll unload these. Confirm, yes. So there we go. We now have all of the pigs that we need for a while. We need to somehow get some food ready for them as well. So, actually, I was going to bail in this episode, but what we're going to do today is not switch it up necessarily, but do something a little bit different. Right, okay, everybody, so we are now heading back down to the store once again, and the reason for that is because I'm in camera mode. That's why this loader isn't working. We're also in the Massey Ferguson because we've gone ahead and bought some pig food. Now, I know the pig food isn't ideal because it's actually really expensive, but it's going to tie us over for now at least, just until we can get on our feet properly. So what we're going to do is go ahead and load this first one up here, like so. Lower it down a little bit more. Cool, so there's only 1,000 litres of food in here. That's not very much at all, but it's gonna have to do for now. And we're going to go ahead and we're not going to bother taking the pallets down because ain't nobody got time for that. We're just going to unload the whole pallets into the tipper. And then we'll feed them that way. So they might use all of this, but if they don't, then we'll just ditch it into a little pile and then we could take it when and whenever we please, basically, with a bucket. So it's not going to hurt us that much. Why won't this collect? There we go. We're slightly tilted up. So there's our next load. This is much, much easier. Now, some of you may argue that it's lazy, but personally, if it's real life, well, I'd make my own food first of all, but I wouldn't be wasting shed space with pallets and stuff. I'd much rather just dump it into a pile. The pigs, they eat mud, so it doesn't matter if it gets a little bit dirty on the floor. Right, let's go ahead. Lower this down here. There we are. Oh, gosh. Lowered the front loader a little bit too low there. Could have broken off. But slide on. Slide on. Nope, doesn't want to do it. Let's unload that. There we go. So hopefully, actually, I didn't think about this. Hopefully we can actually get all 6 pallets into the tipper. I don't really want to leave any particular pallets down. Now, if we do have any left over, hopefully it's just one. But if we do have any at all, then we'll just take it down on the forks. Should be okay. Let's go ahead and lift that up here. Awesome stuff. Load this one. Right, okay, so this is the last pallet that we're loading up here. Let's go ahead and get that loaded in. We'll turn the Massey off and we'll jump into the Vulture and wait for him to finish, which he has already. Cool. Just go ahead and I can never remember what button does the cover for this thing. There we go. There's the button. So that 6 pallets was only 39%, 599 litres of pig food we have. It is not very much, but it's all we could really afford to waste for now. So once again, we are going to be working on getting our own stuff. We've got most of the ingredients. The only thing we really need is sugar beets or potatoes. Basically, root crops is what we need now to make our pig food complete. So that's what we're going to say. There's actually a field there as we drive past saying that. There's literally a field down here. May look into getting some of these. Of course, we don't have the equipment to buy it just yet, so we may have to get some contractors in. But the money we get from it should pay for the contractors and also leave us with some to give to the pigs as well. Right, okay, so we're just heading down the hill now towards the farm. Now, it was a slow drive going to this farm. I think this Fendt struggled up the hill. We got as little as 13 miles per hour. Now, the good thing about Fendt in real life, I believe that they're not the fastest tractors, but they do have a lot of torque. So I don't think it matters how heavy our load was. If we wanted to get up that hill, we would get up that hill. Once again, I've never driven one, but that's just what I've heard of the people say. Ooh, I forgot about you, Mr. T6. You were a bit too big for this job. Right. Let's go ahead, and what we're going to use is the grain door, so it doesn't spill out everywhere. Actually, speaking of which, that's the water trough, so this is the food trough here, and I also left the gate open. Good job the pigs didn't escape. So we're going to that trough there, actually. So let's get ourselves prepared. Now once again, what I'm going to do is go ahead and turn the hood back on. Tip side is grain door. There we go. That should keep it nice and neat here. So we'll reverse this up like so. Awesome stuff. So this should come out in a nice little neat stream now. There we go. Are they going to take it all? That is the question. Yes, they did. They took it all. So that should keep them fed for at least a couple of days. we'll go ahead and get this back into forwards. And I'm not sure how long this video has been, but I think we're going to call it an episode. So join us in the next Coldborough Park episode, where we're going to basically continue feeding these pigs. So we've got to give them straw, we've got to give them water, and we're also going to start getting together all of the other crops to give them our own homemade food. So hope you guys enjoyed. If it's a bit short or maybe a little bit rubbish, I do apologise, but we're just saying hello to our new residents now, which are the pigs, of course. If you did enjoy this episode, please tap the thumbs up button. It really does mean a lot. Hit subscribe to see more from myself. I've been Simulate Gaming, and I'll see you in the next one, which is hopefully going to be next. Goodbye.